Christian Strictly Business Carr. Welcome to Stocky Talk Podcast.
So, man.
I heard some news on social media. I was browsing through my feed. Tell me about your big news, your upcoming fight.
So I got a fight coming up at Revolution Fight Series. It's down in Virginia, so I'm excited to get out there and be able to be a little more open with the rule set. It's Virginia. You get to fight like a pro rule set as opposed to Pennsylvania. You're not allowed to head kick. You're not allowed to ground and pound as a regular amateur. And also don't have to wear shin guards, so I'm looking forward to that. Mix it up a little bit more on the ground and maybe get a little fancy on my feet a little bit.
Now, how are you feeling with that news? I mean, that just dropped, last week?
Mm.
And, you stay training and whatnot, but, how you feeling? You excited?
Yeah, I'm excited. Took a little time off because I broke my wrist, so got back into training and all. Feeling great. The time off was well needed. Took a lot of time where I was just training. Even though I wasn't fighting, I was in there training like I had something coming up, and I just in there pushing. Like I kind of have a hard time finding a switch between just relaxing and going in and have fun and just getting in there and trying to work people. So it's good to take some time off, help out, coach a little bit more in there, and just get to be able to just relax a little bit more.
So, you're pretty committed to fighting. What is your training schedule now? I mean, I'm in there when I can. Mm-hmm. I usually get in there maybe once or twice a week. Knock on wood. But that doesn't cut it for your schedule. What's your schedule like?
So mostly I go in there Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I try to make at least 2 gi classes a week, and then Tuesday, Thursday we have open mat in the morning. So I get into about 3 or 4 of those morning classes a week, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays now at Gracie 717 in off Manheim Pike we have morning kickboxing classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 11 to 12. So we just started that up this week.
Okay. Do you coach that?
Yeah, then I'm coaching that.
Okay.
And, so trying to get some more people in there and get that little program rocking a little bit more. And then I do my strength and conditioning on my own. It's usually 2 to 3 times a week. I get in there, get some extra cardio work in, or get some extra specified workouts for my body in.
It's like CrossFit.
Not like CrossFit.
No?
No.
How's it different?
Not doing unnecessary reps, trying to tear my limbs apart.
So you don't want to be the best at exercise?
I don't want to be the best at exercise. I want to be the best at beating people up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not yourself?
Not myself.
Okay.
I beat myself up when I need to check myself, but...
Just not with CrossFit?
Not with CrossFit.
Okay. Good. So I'm not a mathematician, but I heard 12 sessions a week at Gracie, or was my math way off?
For me personally,
because you're coaching. You say you're coaching Tuesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
In the morning. Okay. And then you're going to kickboxing at night.
So I'm in there.
So it's 2 a days.
So it's at least 2 a days, and then if I throw in my strength and conditioning, that would be like a third workout in my day. So,
I guess that's the origin of your nickname.
Strictly Business.
It's a full-time job.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Darn. So how do you like coaching?
It's a lot of fun. Coaching in a group setting, I'm still trying to kind of get used to, but I feel real good when I'm coaching people one-on-one. Having a one-on-one conversation, I kind of break it down for the specific person. So I enjoy that a lot. So even though when I have a smaller class, because just getting that program started. Like today, I had one guy come in for kickboxing class.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a private.
Yeah, we had a great time working together. We got to, because Sean Wilson, you know him, right? Mm-hmm. So he's in. He's getting ready to try to fight himself. So.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah. So we got a
cage fight.
Kickboxing.
Okay.
So we got to get in there, and then I got to work with him a little bit more privately and just break down some little things that helped me a lot with my stand-up. Mm-hmm. Just finding different openings and feints and stuff.
Because one of the best ways to learn is to teach. Mm-hmm. Because if you don't know something intimately, it's extremely difficult to explain it to somebody else. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I mean, trying to figure out, sometimes I'll do something in class and somebody's like, how did I do that? And I'm like, I don't know, let me do it again.
Yeah.
And then I don't even realize I'm doing something until I got to tell somebody else how to do it. So that helps me understand what I'm doing more, and it helps me help other people out. I really enjoy that.
Cool, man. So you're doing that twice a week, and then you're taking Zach and Damien classes. Just working hard. That's awesome. So, what about, like, you know, when you had a mullet, it was business in the front and business in the back.
Party in the back.
I thought it was business, but okay, party.
Now we're all business.
Now we're all business.
Got the high and tight clean fade.
That's it. So, what else do you do? You know, because you can't just train 24/7. I know that, you know, you're a high-level athlete. You're, you know, still getting into your prime. But how do you stay fresh? How do you stay ready? You know, what do you do to recover?
I'd like to take a lot of like Epsom salt baths, relax my muscles a lot, but also I like to take a lot of like real cold ice baths and stuff. Just helps when my body's real burnout. Like, I don't know what it is, but I started taking ice baths my senior year of high school. I took them after every practice, and I would feel like I could like just go another 2-hour practice right after that. Just makes me feel so fresh. So I really enjoy doing that, and I don't know, it just takes that stiffness out of my body. Even though you'd think it would do the opposite.
Well, have you ever heard of? You probably have if you follow Joe Rogan long enough. But Wim Hof.
No, I haven't.
Okay, check him out. He is someone that sets all these like Guinness Book of World Records for cold exposure.
Oh yeah.
He's like the Iceman is his nickname, and he just goes in.
I thought that was Chocolate Ale.
Well, Chocolate Ale's the real Iceman. Wim Hof's an imposter. But Wim will basically go through these breathing exercises and say that the bitter cold is a warm friend, which is a complete oxymoron, like a jumbo shrimp or an honest politician. So, but what he means by that is there's all the science and evidence he's kind of digging up that says the cold really increases your blood flow, increases endorphins, and just your body chemistry has to respond to it. But if you're cool with it and you don't freak out, it has a lot of positive benefits. A
lot of people I know, when they're taking their first ice bath or something and they really plunge like neck deep, they can't take it real well because they can't control their breathing. Like that thing, it sucks the air out of you in the beginning if you got it real cold and you go the whole way in. But
yeah,
some people don't get used to it, or they learn to deal with it.
Yeah. You either sink, swim, or be the captain.
That's the motto.
That's the motto. Cool, man. Well, you have the fight coming up. What's the date? March?
March 16th.
March 16th. So that's a month away.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you stay busy. So what is next on the horizon? I know you have nothing necessarily confirmed or released, but what would you like to do if you had the option to choose, you know, your own schedule? Not necessarily calling anybody out, but like, you know, you've done tons of wrestling, you've done tons of jiu-jitsu, kickboxing fights, MMA. What's on the menu?
Pretty much anything. I'd like to do a little bit more jiu-jitsu tournaments. I did one, was it December? That I really enjoyed. It's just fun. Get in there with those jiu-jitsu guys. I don't get to see too much because I'm usually just doing the morning classes. So it's fun to get out there and compete with them and just have a good time. But really open to anything. I enjoy the fact that I'm fighting in Virginia. I'd like to see a couple more openings in there. Or some advanced ME fights in PA. Cowboy fights whenever they got another card going. I'd love to get on one of those. So you're 3-0 PA AME? Yes.
So you're allowed to be advanced AME, which is highly positive.
Yes.
And Virginia, does that count towards your PA record, or is it how does that work in sanctioned bodies? If you become 4-0 overall, are you 3-0 Pennsylvania amateur? Is Sherdog and Tabology? You may not know the answer. I don't know the answer. I'm just spitballing. But it's going to be 4-0, and then you'd be 3-0 going into your advanced AME for PA?
I mean, I'm pretty positive it counts toward my overall amateur record.
Okay.
I don't know, as a commission, if PA recognizes it as well as...
It could be a game-time decision.
Yeah. So it all depends. Either way, I'm just going to go out there and smash them, dude. So I'm really excited to do that.
That's what the job is. Focusing on business.
Just got to get the job done without getting hit.
Yeah. Cool. So, It looks like MMA is on the frontier and BJJ. Why? So, is the appeal for Virginia the rule set? Primarily?
Yeah, because I'm fighting in PA. Yeah, I can fight advanced amateur, but you also got to find another opponent with 3 wins and that's willing to come out and roll around with me a little bit. So, I don't know. As an amateur in PA, who's also a wrestler, taking people down and punch them in the body, yeah, I can wear them out. They can do stuff, but in 2-minute rounds, I can only do so much damage. But if I could take some dude down and elbow him in his face and just start mauling him, I mean, there's not much they can do to stop me, you know. So
yeah.
I think I'll be able to. I take a pace to a fight that a lot of people can't hold up with, and I think I'll be able to build on that with being able to use more things to pressure.
Okay.
And I'm really looking forward to just going out there and breaking somebody, like, completely physically and mentally. So
I can't wait to watch. Oh my gosh. So tell me, you're talking about your pace, your pressure. You've got a really wide skill set, and you're 20 years old?
19.
Damn. Excuse me, darn. So what's the future of Strictly Business? Like, are you going? You're 19 now. Mm-hmm. You've been competing and training MMA since you were what, 15, 14? 14?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna stick with it. You're in it to win it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The long haul.
I'm looking to take it as far as I can.
Okay.
I still got plenty to learn, and I got a lot of butt whoopings to take till I get there. So, I'm really looking forward to continuing to be in the gym, getting out there with some other people, and just getting better overall. I'm gonna have to take a couple of bumps of the road at some point. I'm hoping that I can do my best to just overcome everything that is down the road for me and just build off of it, you know.
But you said talking about earlier about cowboy fights. Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
Cowboy fight series.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about that. I saw some social media posts you had. That.
Yeah. So Cowboy Fight Series is a promotion run by Donald Cerrone, I believe, and Brian Hamper, and they just bring in the best amateurs from around the United States in general, and their last card was in Virginia. They had all pro rule set. My buddy Miles fought on it, won first round submission. Shout out to my boy Miles Lee.
Cool.
So yeah, it was an awesome card. They had I think 15 fights on it. So got out there. It was a ton of good fights, ton of finishes, great matchups. They were really pushing each other. It's probably one of the best cards I've personally been to.
Wow.
Well, definitely the best card I've personally been to, even with actual pro fights I've seen. I really enjoyed everything that went on there.
Have you ever gone to any UFC or Bellator fights?
No, I have not. But
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Man, so do you know, is there a set schedule when they're going to be coming around again? And
not that I know of.
Okay. Because I know Cowboy lives in either New Mexico or Colorado.
I think it's Alberta.
Somewhere in
Mexico.
That quad state area.
Mm-hmm.
That's exciting stuff. Well, congrats to Miles, and hopefully we see you on there. And I know I have all those apps of ESPN Plus and DAZN and things like that, so I could look you up on the Xbox. Would be cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, got that going on. So, with the whole future ahead of you, staying busy, basically this is a full-time job for you.
Mm-hmm.
What else do you do for work? Are you the school thing? You're kind of saying, hey, I know what I want to do when I'm growing up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of not you're focused. But do you also work at Spooky Nook? Is that right?
Yeah. Work security over there.
Okay. So making sure that
people are paying to play basketball.
Yep. Making sure that the only fighting happens is from you, and they better realize that it should be, if they want to see you actually fight, buy a ticket to Art of War.
Yeah.
Sign their Spooky Nook.
Mm-hmm.
But so this is all business. So where did the name Strictly Business come from? I gotta know.
The name Strictly Business, it was my I believe it was my junior year of high school. I wrestled. It was the opposing school's senior night. My brother Josh's girlfriend and her parents came out because that was the school they went to, And
which school was it in?
It was at Ephrata.
Ephrata.
So we were wrestling Ephrata, and I think it was one of the first matches that his girlfriend's dad came and watched me wrestle, and I went out there, I high-crotched the kid, put him on his back, and stuck him. And after the match, he came up to me. He goes, "Man, you went out there and handled that all strictly business." And then it just stuck since after then.
It's stuck ever since then.
Yeah.
So how many now? This is a. I have a few people that like to watch Stocky Talk that are big high school wrestling fans. Mm-hmm. So just tell everyone. My question is, how many pins do you have your senior year?
I had 22.
22 pins, not wins.
No, I had 34 wins.
34 wins.
29 bonus point wins. 22 pins.
Okay. That's a lot of bonus points.
Running up the score. You got to beat me to beat me.
Yeah.
Or else I'm handling you. That's how I.
And then jiu-jitsu, just to piggyback off that. Jiu-jitsu happened December, and what happened in that tournament?
I had 4 subs within at least 2 minutes.
And you went 4-0?
Yeah.
So you were on the mat for like 10 minutes, if that?
I had probably about 5 minutes until mat time.
What's the rush? You had somewhere to be?
Nah.
You had to go to your next tournament?
It's just hard to not take something when you see it, you know?
No,
I tried to have a little fun in my one, but then I goofed off a little bit. Dude took my back, so I rolled through and
you said no.
Triangled and pulled his arm behind his neck.
Oh, man, I wish there was film. Well, cool, man. So, strictly business has a lot to do with you finishing people.
Yeah.
I like that.
Besides in my fight, because these PA rule sets. So that's what I'm trying to expand on.
It's frustrating.
Here. Yeah.
For someone like you that's, high paced, that you could very well easily, I think, do 5-minute rounds.
Yeah.
With the full rule set. Mm-hmm. But it's not even an option right now.
Yeah, it's not. Soon enough.
So, hey, what can you say about the support system? What can you, obviously you and your brother are pretty close in age, and Josh also trains, but like, how does your family take it to you in fighting? I'm sure he's probably like, yeah, do it.
Yeah. I mean, my parents love it. They really encourage me to just keep pushing forward. I mean, they let me stay there as a 19-year-old and live in their house, working a part-time job, and mainly focusing on that. And I really appreciate everything they're doing for me. And I just got tons of people around me that are really trying to build me up and supporting me in the gym and just around in general. And I can't thank any of those guys enough because being in something by yourself is hard, but having a good support system behind you really builds you up and wants you to keep pushing forward,
That's real important, man. That's cool. So, you're nice to Josh sometimes, just not when it's practice time. Yeah. For the most part.
Yeah, because he likes to slack off.
He's not, it's hard being strictly business. Most people are just mostly business, but to be 100% business is pretty rare, I find.
There's a time for fun and games. Josh likes to run up that time a little too much.
That's fair. You gotta, iron sharpens iron, I guess. So, speaking of which, there's somebody at the gym that I feel deserves some accreditation during our conversation. You cracked my neck the other day, and I feel like a new man.
Old man Randy. Renaissance Chiropractic. You gotta go check him out. You got any kink you need worked out? That's your man right there. I was there with him tonight. He worked with me. Dude's 57 years old.
He's 57.
57.
Doesn't look a day older than 56.
Yeah, not at all. But that dude will wear you out more than anybody else you train with. He'll go in there, hold pads for anybody, and he'll start to break you down a little bit. Randy was nice enough. When I broke my wrist, he made me a set of wraps I can use, so I'm not just using regular wraps. I got a nice pad and stuff, and it's nice and secure. And the dude does so much for us and doesn't ask for much in return. You can't thank the dude enough. Yeah,
he always says to me at the beginning of the day, you know what? It's a good day. We get to train with fighters. Yeah. He's like, I'm 57 years old. This stuff is cool. He's just really appreciative and grateful to just he's a great guy. And check it out, Renaissance Chiropractic.
Oh yeah,
for sure. There's the plug. So, let's talk a little bit about the marketing side of Strictly Business, because someone that works in and also in business. Now I leisurely hobbies as well, but I do marketing, and what we learn is that there are three facets to every business. There's your operations, which you've got that covered. You're working punching the clock day in, day out, getting those practice reps in. There's your finances, which is getting paid, and that's the first letter of your name is a $sign before the B.
Yes, sir.
So then we're not worried about the finance. That's good. But let's talk about some marketing. So marketing and sales is acquiring all the work. How are you going to get that work? Where can we find you? Like I follow you on Snapchat. I follow you on Facebook, Instagram, whatever. But what's anyone listening to the conversation that wants to find you, learn more?
Like my social media?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So Instagram, you find me at Strictly Business Carr, no spaces. Christian Carr, CARR on Facebook. And then if you want anything deeper than that, go ahead, send me a message. We can get in touch off any of those. And then, that's pretty much all I got is those three things right there: Snapchat, Instagram, and Facebook.
And how would someone go about getting tickets for your next fight?
Now, for my next fight, there's going to be a link in the bio of the YouTube post. And if you go on, select whatever ticket you want to buy, whether it's front row or general admission. And then if you use the promo code CARR, you'll get a discount off your ticket as well. So make sure you're doing that. If you do buy a ticket, I really appreciate it. It'd be awesome to pack the house for my first title fight and a fight down in Virginia where I get to open up a little bit more and just put on a good show for you guys. That's something I like to do a lot. It's just be entertaining to everybody. There's times in my fights where I've taken a second to acknowledge somebody in the crowd, and
I know
seeing them laughing it just makes it fun.
So I'd like to bring up one such example of when I was cage side at the last Art of War, and I think you brought the person over to the panel of where I was sitting, and I think he said something to the effect of I love mixed martial arts.
Yeah, I think that's what he said.
And then just kind of made a face, and then continued to punch and out grapple the guy, and I think he won. I think he broke his arm and then won a unanimous decision, but he didn't tap, which was kind of extraordinary.
Yeah.
But that was pretty special, man. I was cracking up.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't believe he acknowledged me during the fight.
Yeah.
It was cool.
I've had some sort of moment like that in each fight. My first fight, I remember I was on top of the dude, and there was a photographer in the corner. I stuck my tongue out at him. That was the first one. My second fight, I waved to the commentator when he said something to me. And then the second round, I waved to people in the crowd. And then the third round, I talked to the state guy that was there on.
Oh my goodness.
Sitting on the thing, and I asked him how I was doing, and he said, "Just keep on fighting, Christian." So that was funny. And then we had our moment during my third fight.
Yeah, that was special. So it seems like you just really enjoy, have fun.
Yeah, I mean.
It seems like that is fun.
Yeah, like.
That's the apex, top of the mountain.
Mm-hmm. Wrestling, everything I've done, I don't like to just get by, I like to go out there and put on a show, and I like to control people, but I like to be a little funky with it at the same time.
That's awesome. So yeah, we'll definitely, I'm going to keep following. Gonna put out a link so anyone that wants to can get tickets. Mm-hmm. But I'm just personally excited. I'm happy for you. I'm excited for you. I think I met you when you're 15.
Something like that.
So you're a sophomore in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, man, it's gonna be a good time. Yeah. Just keep on doing what you're doing, and just a pleasure. Just a pleasure to watch. So anyone that hasn't watched this fight, YouTube it. Like YouTube Christian Carr, search it. Because there's all of your fights are on YouTube?
Yeah, all three of my MMA fights are on there.
So check them out. It's really pretty neat. So, hey man, thanks for coming on today after practice. I mean, I know that your schedule's pretty much booked, and thanks for fitting me in. It's cool.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on here too.
Cool, man. Well, it's Stocky Talk episode with Christian Carr.
1 second, just want to shout out the rest of my sponsors though. Also, Black Collar Designs. My man hooks me up with all my t-shirts and stuff. Shout out to my parents and everything for helping me out. And and then just everybody else that's in my corner, my girlfriend, just my family in general, my grandparents, everybody is always coming out and supporting me and give me good words that help me keep pushing forward. So thank you guys.
All right. Thanks a lot, Christian. Appreciate it, man.
Awesome. Thanks.